Hi, I'm Jill Rothschild, Associate Curator at Mount Vernon, and I'm here in our museum to tell you about this portrait of George Washington, made by the French sculptor Antoine Udon. In the years following the Revolutionary War, the Virginia state government wanted to commission a sculptural monument to Washington to honor his service as commander-in-chief. And Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin helped them to select Udon for the job. They were living in France at the time, and they were aware of his reputation for naturalistic representations of leading figures of the day. Udon believed that to portray a subject's likeness accurately, he needed to study them from life. So in July 1785, he began a 3-month-long journey from France to the new United States to meet George Washington and to sculpt him from life. While he was here, the artist and his assistants took detailed measurements of Washington's face and body, as well as making a plaster mold of his face called a life mask, tools that he would use to sculpt a highly accurate and realistic likeness of Washington, both in this bust at Mount Vernon and when he returned to France, where he would make several versions of the bust, as well as the final sculpture, which stands today in the Virginia State Capitol building in Richmond. But this bust is unique among the preparatory works that Udon made here, because it records his impressions of Washington carved directly into the clay. Udon shows several details, like Washington's wrinkles and carved eyes, that make him seem alive in this portrait even today. The history of this object here at Mount Vernon is also very interesting. We believe that the clay bust was fired in the bake oven of the kitchen, where enslaved cooks like Doll and her daughter Lucy, Hercules Posey, and others cooked elaborate meals every day for the Washingtons and their many guests. It's likely that these cooks would have helped to fire the bust and to prepare the plaster, which needed to bake in the oven overnight. This bust was displayed by Washington in his study while he was alive, and it's remained here at Mount Vernon since his death for over 200 years. I hope that you stop by the museum to see this remarkable portrait of Washington on your next visit.